Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm chronically online and I love to read Am I That stories on Reddit. So I thought I would start a little series where I read these stories and give my reaction. And yes, I do have my performative eye patches on and my pajamas. So get comfy, get your favorite beverage and snack, and let's read some Am I the Reddit stories. Alright, we're gonna start strong out of the jump, and we're gonna begin with, am I the asshole for kicking my mentally ill brother out of my house when he was treating my wife like garbage? Initial reaction I have is this title is really crazy, and I'm interested to see how the story goes. So I am a 34-year-old male. I am married and own a home with my 26-year-old female wife in Los Angeles. My brother is a 32-year-old man, and he has never lived on his own. Lived with my dad until 24. He then moved into his girlfriend's parents' house until he was like 28, maybe. They broke up, so my dad gifted him a condo, that was above his business. He got a ton of free passes with my dad. He trashed the condo, didn't take care of anything, and my dad finally decided to retire and sell it because he couldn't take it anymore. Sorry, there's a little something on my iPad screen. Give me a second. My brother is also on his third car, all bought by our grandfather. About 3 to 4 months ago when he got kicked out, he came to my door begging, and I knew exactly how it was going to go. I told him that he had 1 month to get his together and kept caving. My wife is an actress and she only books about once every 6 months. She does auditions, classes daily for an hour or two. She mostly does housewife stuff. I told him right off the bat that she was not going to do any of it for him. I don't care if he's working 5 jobs, he is doing his own laundry, cleaning, and cooking. Okay, that's fair. Of course, he left messes, threw his laundry on the floor, made the argument that he is working a full-time job and she's not. I was like, this is her home. Then when I told him he would have to pay bills 2 months in, he got mad and said she does not pay any bills. She is my wife and she takes care of our home. Anytime I told him to stop making extra work for her, he would say she's a housewife. She's doing it for you. I don't understand why she can't for me. This is insane. I don't know how I feel about this so far. He even asked why I get to have my laundry done and meals cooked for me, but he can't and he works as much as me. It drove me crazy. He also would make noises while my wife was in auditions, which was frustrating for her. Not even accidental, like screaming, watching a sports game 5 seconds after we told him she was going on Zoom. This was one of my breaking points. She had dedicated her whole life to this since she was like 9. When I started making good money, the first thing I was excited about was that she could focus on her dreams. She finally got a good agent. Her auditions she gets are huge. She is on cloud 9. As soon as he started doing this, I noticed that she was getting stressed. One of the main issues is he works nights. He was there all day while I was at work. If she asked him to be quiet, he did not care. He said he didn't consider it a career. He didn't think she'd make it, so he didn't feel the need to care. As if making it or not changed anything about her being home, her dreams. If I was home and told him to shut up, he would. However, during the day, he did not listen to her and it made her cry. That day, I told him to get out. He had enough free passes. It's time to grow up. My other brother got mad, said I'm heartless because he's struggling mentally, but the guy has been struggling mentally since he was 16 and has never attempted any therapy, meds, or anything. He just cries and relies on everyone to do everything. Very crazy first story to read. That's crazy. I don't know how to feel because I think if I was in this situation, I would be frustrated, confused by like the mentally ill comment because it's in quotes and it's not brought up till the end. And I'm confused because he's saying he's been struggling mentally since he was 16, which I don't really understand what exactly he's trying to say. So I don't know how to feel about that either. All right. The top comment says, to your wife, he sounds like you would know exactly what was going to happen. You told your brother at the start he had a month. You laid down the rules, let him break it all. You let him stay longer, and it took him making her cry to finally kick him out. People are saying they should divorce. Reddit's so crazy because the first thing they say is like, divorce them, disown them, never talk to them again. Someone else said, working in the mental health field for almost 20 years, it sounds like your brother is more entitled than mentally ill. I'm not saying he isn't mentally ill, but if he uses it as a crutch to gain sympathy and get what he wants from you and your family, he is able to work and do his basics and he chooses not to. Also tell the brother it's their fault, okay? See, I feel like the mentally ill comment is throwing me because like, obviously I feel like you should have more patience with someone when you know that they're going through something, but I'm just confused because he seems like he's a functioning member of society, but that also doesn't mean he's not dealing with his own things. Obviously, like you can still work a job and have your own battles that you're battling during during your job, outside of your job, but it just seems like he's being straight up mean to his wife. Yeah, I do think that he is kind of because he knew how his brother was going to treat his wife, but he proceeded to not stand up for her, kind of. Like, he's saying, like, oh, if I told him to shut up, he would shut up, but he's not listening to my wife. So I feel like he knew how his brother was going to treat his wife, but he just decided not to do anything about it. So I do feel like by kicking him out of the house, I don't think he's the asshole, but by letting him into the house and be in the house for so long, that's why I think he's the asshole. Okay, next story. Mind you, I have not read any of these stories. This is my first initial reaction to all of these, but I saw the title of this one and I was like, oh, this is me for real. So the title is, am I the asshole for showering at night? I'm a night shower. I just showered, didn't wash my hair tonight. Tonight was not a hair wash night. I'm a chronic shower at night unless I'm like running or something in the morning and get extremely sweaty, but I will shower 2 times a day. I'm showering at night. I might be a bit biased on this one, but let's see. My female 27 living situation right now is a bit odd. I have 2 roommates. Both of them shower in the morning, so there's really no time for me to squeeze my shower in during the morning. Lately, I've been showering after I get home from work around 9 p.m. My one roommate, male 27, John, bedroom is across from the bathroom. John keeps complaining that the sound of the shower turning on keeps him up at night, but I legitimately don't have another option. I try to shower as fast as I can, but I really don't know what else to do. I even take my hairdryer into my room so I can use it rather than using it in the bathroom so there's no excess noise. I've apologized to him and even offered to switch. I told him I'd wake up early to shower and he could shower at night, but he didn't take me up on it. I'm at the point now where I'm just doing it without worrying anymore. Am I the asshole here? All right, initial reaction, no. When I was a first year in college, I lived across the hall from the shower, people showering literally in the morning, during the day, at night, because I lived quite literally 2 feet across from the bathroom, so I could hear the shower every time it got turned on. But I never got annoyed at that because I feel like everyone's on their own schedule, especially with living with other people too. Like, you're offering other options. I'll shower early in the morning, like we can switch, like what do you want to do? And this person's not being very flexible. I don't know, I don't think they're that asshole, and I think showering at night is fine. I feel like 9 p.m. isn't crazy late for someone to be showering. Like, my fiance is about to shower in a couple minutes. I'm not gonna get pissed that he's showering at 9 p.m. at night. Be so for real, John. Be so for real. Someone said, not the asshole you offer to shower in the morning, switch with him. He said no. When does he expect you to shower? You have a right to take a shower. He can wear earplugs, period, if it bothers him so much. Yup. Not the asshole. John can move out as he isn't compatible with any shared living situation. Probably he'll need to live in a cabin in the woods with sound insulation on every surface. Let me take a little sip of my tea. Ah, so good. Someone else said, not the asshole. Your roommate needs to understand this is a simple part of living space with others. You pay rent like he does, so you're entitled to use the same shared spaces of an apartment just as he whenever you'd like. Tell him to invest in earplugs. Period. My junior year, I shared a bathroom with 3 other people. 1 bathroom. 2 sinks, 1 toilet, and a shower. Oh no, we had 2 showers actually, but you couldn't shower at the same time because they were like right next to each other. It was kind of weird, honestly. And then when I was a senior, I lived with 3 other people, so 4 of us, and we had 2 separate bathrooms, and each bathroom had a shower, sink, and toilet. So my senior living situation was a lot better than my junior one, but even sharing a bathroom with 3 other people was not that bad. Like, yes, would I get a little tiny bit annoyed when I would get all ready to shower, finally like put my stuff down, get ready, and then I would walk towards the bathroom and my roommate would be in there, like, okay, that would like irk me for like a millisecond, and then I'm like, okay, I just have to wait 10 minutes. 2 of my roommates too also had field work, so sometimes they would shower before they went to their field work in the morning, so they'd be showering at like 6 a.m. and I would be sleeping in because I didn't have classes till 2 p.m. Did I wake up? Occasionally, but I would never be pissed at someone for doing that. Like, be so for real. All right, last story. I am interested to see how long this video is after I edit it because I have been misreading a lot, so I'm not a good out loud reader. Honestly, I can barely speak English. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a like. I absolutely love videos like this. I love listening to podcasts. I love reading Am I the Asshole stories. So if you enjoy them as much as I do, please subscribe. I literally just started my YouTube channel today. Anyway, this is getting a bit rambly, so we're gonna read the last Reddit story. Am I the asshole for blocking my neighbor's car? The title's throwing me a bit. We're gonna see how this goes. Before I start reading, actually, we had a bit of snow and I live in an apartment complex and somebody was shoveling their car out of their spot and throwing their snow in front of my car. So my car is even more blocked in. Like, my car probably has like 2 feet of snow covering it now. Again, I feel like I might be able able to relate to this situation, so I'm interested to see about the story. So let's start reading. In all the time I've lived here, 6 years, snow removal has been a non-issue, but the building was sold last spring, and this new guy apparently loves accumulation. Because of that, I didn't own a shovel. I never needed one, but we got like 15 inches of snow, and the landlord still hasn't plowed or cleared any snow. I'm not looking forward to it freezing over, so I walk to the store, buy a shovel, dig my car out. I also dig a fatty path across the parking lot so I can pull out. I dig a fatty path. Okay, whatever. I take care of a couple errands, gone maybe an hour, and this lady parks in my spot. Oh my god, that pisses me off so bad when I'm gone for literally 5 minutes, and I come back and someone's in my spot. I was gone for 2 milliseconds. Literally get out. And yes, we don't have assigned parking, so someone else can park there, but still my name is on that spot. I park there every single day. Anyway, side tangent. I take care of a couple errands, gone maybe an hour, and this lady parks in my spot. The only spot available, yes, but it's there because of my labor. We don't have assigned parking, but we always park in the same spot, so it's not like she doesn't know who carved a path. I'm not digging myself another parking spot. I'm not don't know how to say that word, so we're gonna skip it. So I parked behind her. I have a meeting in 15 minutes, and I can't be effed to find out whose car this is. There are only 3 units and 2 commercial stores downstairs, but they are closed today, so I decide not to go door to door. Halfway through the meeting, someone starts banging on my door. I ignore it, they don't stop, and they keep coming back every 5 to 10 minutes. When I wrap up with my meeting, I finally answer the door, and this red-faced lady is absolutely livid. We get into, and she tells me to move my effing car and asking me in what world was how I parked okay, and going on about how long she's been waiting. I tell her I dug the spot out myself and had nowhere else to park, so I had no choice. I put my boots and coat back on and go out to move my car, and my neighbor is there. I guess whoever she was visiting. I don't associate with my neighbor ever if I can help it, real, with his arms crossed, and he lays into me saying I should have asked them when they needed to leave so we could decide who to park back of who and move our cars. I'm like, WTF, because maybe he could have dug his guest a space if he knew she was coming. He brings up that there is no assigned parking and that he doesn't have a shovel anyways. Whatever. It went on and on. I really don't think I'm the asshole here, but my neighbor said he used to like me because I was quiet and respectful, but now he knows my true colors. So, am I the asshole here? I genuinely feel like I'm on the right and they need to chill out, but now I think there's unnecessary bad blood between us. Okay, so we have an edit. The edit says, adding at user suggestion that the lot is gravel, but there is street parking as the front of the building is a sidewalk with 2-hour spots for visitors and customers. Also, so many you're the asshole, not the asshole. I have no choice to accept that we're all assholes, just a bunch of assholes being assholes in the snow because the landlord is an asshole. Alright, we have a second edit too, and the second edit says, you know what I just realized though? They could have dug her a pathway out. I just parked, was only blocking her because it was the car width path I'd shoveled, but she could have started digging herself a way to turn around as easily as I dug a way to pull out. She also could have widened the path to a 2-laner and popped out. I don't think he's the asshole. I feel like if this happened to me and someone took my spot that I cleared out myself, I would be annoyed and I would just park behind them, especially if the roads were not plowed. Like, where are you supposed to park? Do you know how unsafe it would be to just pull up on 2 feet of snow? Like, that's not a good idea. Also, can your car even handle that? Why was this person having guests over if there's 2 feet of snow on the ground? How did they even get there? And they wouldn't have been able to get there if you didn't dig out a path. Also, there's street parking, so like, did your state maybe plow the street? Because that person's guest could have parked in the street if the street parking was plowed. And if it wasn't plowed, again, like, why would they take someone else's spot? I feel like that's wrong. Also, with your neighbor having beef with you, I don't think you're the asshole, because I can low-key relate to this yet again. I feel like having beef with a neighbor is kind of hard because, like, when it's unspoken beef, but you know it's there, like, at least they admitted that they, like, have beef with you. Just, like, ignore them and then just go about your life. Like, you are paying rent to live there. Top comment says, are you the asshole? Yes. Is it justified? Absolutely. I think, yeah, this is asshole behavior, but, like, it is justified. I don't see an issue with that. Someone said, not the asshole. You could be in real trouble for stealing the spot your neighbor dug out in Boston, even if it was on the street. Someone said, Philly girl here, hold my beer. Someone else said, not the asshole. In Chicago, we have dibs. If we shovel a space out, it's ours. I would probably have shoveled all of that snow back on their car. Yeah, add an extra 2 feet of snow onto your neighbor's car. That would be crazy. Oh, I like this one. This one says, not the Well, visitors should not be parking in tenant's spot even if they're unassigned. I also agree with that because, like I said, I have unassigned parking unless you park in the parking garage at my apartment complex, and the property manager does not care where guests park as long as you're not parked there for days and days on end. They will tow your car if you are, and as long as you're not parking in one of the parking garage spots, because people pay to park in the parking garage. That's where my fiance parks, and all I have to say is if someone was parked in his spot, I would be calling the towing company because you pay to park there, but I would never call the towing company for someone that's in my unassigned spot that's literally not assigned to me, I don't pay for, and anyone can park there. But I feel like with the snow, that's like a different instance. I feel like if I shoveled out my car today and then someone parked in that spot, I would be pissed. But I'm also just like annoyed about the snow because someone literally didn't shovel my spot out, they shoveled my spot in. So, alright, with all that rambling, I think that is going to conclude my Am I the Reddit stories. Like I said, this is my first ever video doing this, so please comment, please like, please subscribe if you like this type of content. Yeah, I'm super... So yeah. Ooh! Comment, like, subscribe if you like this type of content. I'm excited to start my YouTube journey. Trying to get that 100K plaque. Anyway, bye!